and I'm recording another episode. I'm so excited for this because I really enjoy the process of actually talking. This feels more like a conversation. I do a lot of blogging, I do a lot of writing, so in case people would rather read a summary of this instead of listening to it, I have summaries written up. But I do really love this because I think that it gives more of a connection. It feels more like a conversation. And I don't know, something just really resonates with me with that. So I love it. My last few days have been really weird, honestly. I've been, I can't tell if I'm sick or not. So I'm in Minnesota, and it's the time when spring is coming, and all of the snow is melting, things are starting to grow, and I cannot tell if I am sick, or if I have allergies, or if I'm just tired. Because quite honestly, I am tired too. I've taken 2 COVID tests already in the last few days. Both of them were negative, so I don't think it's COVID. But I've also just been feeling really just exhausted, and maybe it's just from stress. That's possible. I feel like I have a lot going on right now, and between managing being a full-time student and working a job and trying to grow my online brand, it's a lot of work, and sometimes I don't feel like I get much downtime. So I have been working on giving myself more grace, which I think is probably going to be the theme of this episode, is giving yourself grace. I am not always very good at that. Recently I've started kind of getting back into my nighttime and morning time routine of doing yoga, for example. I'm actually taking a yoga class right now, so that's been really helpful with that, but I've been trying to add a little bit more to that with either journaling in the morning or doing some yoga in the morning, and kind of just giving myself a little bit of a mental break before starting the day. And I do the same thing before night, and it's been incredible. It's really made a huge change. But then in these last few days where I've been feeling a little bit worse, I've noticed that I have way less motivation to do my night and morning routine, which is frustrating because that's the time that I need it the most. When I'm not doing well is when I really need to be taking care of myself more, and it feels like so much work to do. I feel like, no, I should be studying for my test. No, I should be working on writing a new article. No, I should be trying to grow my business. No, I should be doing all of these other things instead. And it's hard. And so I guess here I'm just trying to share that a little bit. It's valid. Sometimes you feel like you're doing really, really great, and other times you feel like you are so stressed out. And lately that's been going back and forth for me. I've been feeling great overall, but there are moments where it's just an hour at a time where I just feel so overwhelmed. And that's normal. As much as I hate it, it's normal, and that's something I've learned to kind of cope with, I guess. When I was younger, I didn't get any sort of mental health issues, not at all. I didn't even know what anxiety was. My mom had to actually explain it to me once because I thought that she was making it up. I had no anxiety, no depression, nothing. And then, for those of you who don't know my story, I got sick with an autoimmune disorder that started attacking my brain, and I can go into that a little bit more in one of the other episodes, and I'm thinking about putting a trailer up too, which I'll probably talk about it a little bit more. Otherwise, there is an article on my website about it. But I got sick, and it gave me so many mental health issues, so many that it was it was so bad. I had just about every single mental health issue that you could think of, and it was awful. And that was the extreme. So I've had both of the extremes. I've had the extreme of not having any mental health issues, and I've had the extreme of having so many that I was like non-functional, like actually non-functional and psychotic for a year. And it was like I've never had those normal human emotions, because being stressed, being anxious about things to an extent, and just having difficult times, that's normal. And I didn't ever really feel like I had understood that that was normal. Once I recovered, I got to this point where I started seeing that I was getting even just a little bit stressed, and I immediately thought, I need to figure out what's wrong with me. Like, there's something wrong with me. I need to go to counseling, I already was going to counseling, but I need to focus more on my counseling. I need to get a new medication. My meds aren't working anymore, this and that. And it was something as simple as, oh, maybe I have a test coming up, and I was a little bit stressed about that. That's a normal human emotion. That's something that happens to everyone, but I didn't realize that. And so here I am now, and I'm kind of realizing that it's okay to have feelings, which is something that sounds so obvious, but feels so hard in the moment. And I'm realizing that everyone gets emotions. Everyone gets feelings. Everyone is human. I mean, it's human. Quite honestly, sometimes when I'm not doing well and I don't know how to describe it, I just say, hey, like, I'm just feeling a little bit human right now. Because being human is being vulnerable. Being human is not being perfect. Being human is finding your way through this crazy mess that we call life. And it can be so beautiful, but it can also be really difficult. And finding the balance between that, I think that's part of what being human is. It's not fun. It's not easy. But it's been a journey that I think is already helping me so much. And I'm excited to see where it brings me in the next couple months or in a few years. It's hard though, and I think that's something that we don't talk about that often or enough in society, is that having feelings is okay. Having feelings isn't bad at all. Having feelings is good. You know, there are times where I've been in different portions of my life where, due to medications or other things that are going on, I don't have any feelings. It feels like I don't have any feelings at all. And that's scary. And having feelings, it just reminds me why having feelings is important and why it's human. Because think about it, if you were happy all the time, would you really be happy? If you were happy all the time, you wouldn't know what being happy was. So it's those sad moments, those difficult moments, those moments that make us feel like we are so weak, that remind us how strong we are. Because we can get past it, and we have the good moments, and those are the moments that keep us going and keep us excited and keep us alive. So I guess that's what I've been learning recently, and it's not been fun, no, but it's been an adventure. Being alive can be such a giant adventure, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be amazing, but that also doesn't mean that it's always going to be bad. I think we're meant to empower each other, we're meant to encourage each other, and we're meant to be honest. And being honest can be raw and vulnerable and scary. But the honest truth is that all of us feel so bad at some point or another. All of us feel it. So why do we try and hide it? When we can support each other, we can build each other up, and we can learn how to continue despite it. So I guess those are my little thoughts of the day. Again, I don't really know where I'm going with these podcast episodes, but they're kind of just me rambling, me sharing what I'm learning throughout my life, I guess, and in hope that it resonates with someone or helps someone. I really want these to be conversations, so go ahead and send me, comments, send me your ideas, send me things you want me to talk about, questions, anything, or just say hi. I am hoping to really grow this. I'm hoping to make this a thing, and I guess we'll see what works best. But I'm excited about it, and I hope that it helps at least someone. So I'm sending you all amazing wishes for the day, hugs, and it's Tuesday. Well, I'm recording this on Tuesday. Will I actually get it out on Tuesday? I don't know, but let's make it to Friday. That's it. That's our goal. Let's make it to Friday. We can do it.